Okay, welcome to another video. So in this video, Mr. Phong is going to do his speaking practice. He has an exam coming on Monday. Monday, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's start now with part one first for IELTS speaking. People have been asking me to give them this file, and I'm like, no. You know, I've told a lot of people like, no, I'm not going to give you this one. Anyway, so if they want to have this file, they have to be my student first. All right, so let's talk about free time, which is topic 147. So, Mr. Fang, we often have free time.
Mm. I often have free time when I was a child because at that time, my parents let me do a lot of things like they let me visit new place or explore new new site in the city. But at this time, I have to
So
uh,
basically, you're no longer a child, you are now an adolescent, right?
yeah.
You are now an adolescent. Adolescent is a person who is 14 to 19 years old, who is about 14 to 19 years old adolescent. So it's basically người vị thành niên.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you usually do in your spare time?
Um,
Spare time is exactly the same as free time.
I think we did this question before.
Yes.
I think we did we make this question
Oh, did
before.
this one before, right? Maybe I
Yeah.
didn't write it down. All right, so let's go to 106 and 46, spending time by yourself, because some topics they look similar, you know.
Yeah.
So, do you want to spend more time by yourself, or do you usually spend time by yourself?
Mm, I think I really want to spend time by myself.
Okay, can you speak louder, please?
Um, I think I want to spend more time by myself
Okay.
uh, because I want to do like refresh and relax after I have a busy schedule, and I think spend time for myself is the best way to to be productivity again, like after
To be
suffer.
productive again,
Yeah,
to be productive again, or
yeah,
to have productivity again.
yeah.
All right. So, when was the last time you spent time by yourself?
Um, uh, in my opinion, thing is yesterday evening. Like I spent 2 hours reading book to refresh after I have a day at study, and I also turn on music with like a cozy vibe so that I feel more refreshed and I can uh, relate to myself, and that's what a interesting experience.
Right. So, do you like to spend time by yourself or with your friends, and why?
Hmm. um, like, according to my own experience, I often li like to spend time by myself because like I'm kind of introvert. Uh, so I would use that time to make myself more to be more happier.
Be happier.
and
I would make myself
to
happier.
make myself happier, and also to be productivity, to have productivity again. But like, uh, if I spend too much time for myself, I would like um, be bored of that. So I would use an alternative way, like have a time with friends, like hang out with them.
Right. So, um, have you tried any exciting activities?
According to my own observation, I have been try um roller coaster 3 times in my life, and like you will sit on the like a trail, and after that the speed is increased, and it also like increase speed, and after that they decrease sharply, and that's make me like make everybody excited, and also make them fear.
Okay. So, what was the most interesting thing that you did when you were a child? Of course, not studying with Mr. Chan.
Mm.
Well, rarely do my students tell me that the most interesting thing they did when they were a child is studying with me. You know,
Wow.
but sometimes they do. Yeah, sometimes they do say that. So, what was the
Mm.
most interesting thing you did when you were a child?
So the more exciting experience that I have in when I was a child is uh, visit Da Nang with my family. Like because at that trip that I can like go to a high quality hotel, and also enjoy like several local dishes, and I also go to some um, adventurous site, and they offer a lot of mm, activity like roller coaster, or I can go to the beach to enjoy the fresh atmosphere.
You're the sunshine, the sunshine. Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy the sunshine.
I see that. All right, I see. So let's go to another topic, part one here about schools. Okay. So
Yeah.
where do you go to school? It can be any school, you know.
Mm. So I often go to District 7. Like most of my school that I have been study are in District 7.
Ah, so it's all school in District 7 though. I say,
And like like and the road in the District 7 is very well urbanizing, modernized, I
it's
think.
quite modern. Let's just say modern because modernized được hiện đại hóa. So modernized is not really a right way to say it. Just say modern, you know.
Yeah.
Modernize, it means like some people try to make it modern, you know. But right now it is modern already. Let's use the adjective modern. Modernize là hiện đại hóa, đã được hiện đại hóa rồi. Modern là hiện đại thôi. Okay. Okay. So did you okay, so do you think your school is good for every student?
Mm, I think like not any school is good for student because like they offer several way of teaching, and like maybe some of yes these students would like cannot catch up with the teacher or their peer, so that like they feel more pressure, like peer pressure when they go to school.
Beautiful.
But
Sure.
like if they can uh if like think my school offers a lot of like infrastructure for students to study and learn, and also they have a high quality sport facility so that the student can have a like interesting time in the s- sporting site.
I see. Hmm. Okay, so did you like your teachers, or do you like your teachers?
Hmm. Um, I think it depends on the personality and the way they teach me. Like, of course, I uh, admire every teacher that teach me, but some of them they are too strict, and they like they make students have to follow the rule, and that that make the class feel like more like a prison. And I just hear the noise while I studying in this class. But if the teacher is open-minded, uh, they might be very close to the student, and they also give us some advice. And I would really love that teacher,
Hmm. I see.
and he or she make me feel relaxed and refreshed when I attend in their class.
See. What do you like most about your school now?
Mm, so the thing I like most about my school is the infrastructure. And like they has I think they have air conditioner. Also the class is very clean, and there are several trees which make my school have a n- some natural atmosphere. and so that I often like when I have a break time, I would go outside of the class, like go to the schoolyard to enjoy mm, the energetic vibe in the schoolyard because they often play sport up there. And yeah.
Get it. Vibe in the school. Yeah. Yes. Right. So you like your current learning atmosphere. Atmosphere.
Mhm.
Do you like your current learning atmosphere? Like, for example, is the vibe, learning vibe good enough for learning? Or you find it very stressful? You find it um, like there's a lot of things to worry about or something like that? Or you think it's a great learning atmosphere?
Mm, I think it's depend on the way the teacher teach the student.
Mm.
Like if they just read the slide, or like saying, teaching like a robot, it make the student like they feel they are redundant, and they can like learn online because nowadays I see a lot of teacher online and they teach with their heart, and also they have a better visual. Like they make their slide or the way they teaching more engaging, and so I feel my current learning vibe is some kind of outdated.
See. So, is there anything you want to change about your school? Probably
Mm,
like to have a better lab room, or maybe to have a better kitchen where they have more food to choose from, maybe something like that.
mm, mm. So in my opinion, I think that there are two things that it will make my school better.
Mhm.
Uh, the most important is that uh, with me is uh, I think they need to change my schedule because I have to um, have a tight work study schedule, and that make me feel exhausted after I
Exhausted.
finish.
Make me feel
Exhausted,
exhausted.
exhausted after I finish them for the whole week. And the second thing is they need to make mm, the food cheaper like uh, and also like they sell food in canteen, but some of them are I think they're a little bit too high for student. So I think it would be better if they make the food more the price of the food more reasonable. So like I
So you would
could
like the price of food to be more reasonable. You mean to be more affordable, right?
yeah to be more affordable.
It means easy to, it's like affordable means cheap enough so that everyone can buy. Nó đủ
Yeah,
rẻ để mà mọi người ai cũng thể mua được. It's affordable. Có giá cả phải chăng á. So is that something you want to change by your school, like to make the price of food more affordable? Is that?
yeah.
Hello?
I think yes.
Please answer that.
So I think my school need to make the food in the canteen more the price of the food in the canteen more affordable so that mm, me and my friend could
I
um
and my friend, I and my friend nha. So
I and
because
my
it's a subject, nó là chủ ngữ. I and my friend is subject. So uh, me and my friend is like object, tân ngữ.
oh,
So,
so I and my friend could spend more time at canteen which make my um experience in my school more memorable.
okay, good. So what are the differences between your school and other schools, beside from being modern, you know?
Yeah.
How about the tuition fee? You can talk about that.
Mm.
Mức học phí.
So I think the difference between my school and maybe the rest of the school in Ho Chi Minh City is the tuition fee. Um, uh, I the tuition fees is very cheap. Like it just around 1 million Vietnam dongs. So it make my parents
Must be
really
a
happy.
public school. It must be the public school, right?
Yeah,
Because there's no way that a private school can have that kind of tuition fee.
yeah. And But like I just pay around $1 million, but I can access to I
I can
think the
access. Be careful. I can access. Nhớ đầu nha. I can access the modern equipment, let's just say, and rooms, for example.
yeah I can
Access
access
something. To access something, tiếp cận cái gì đó.
ac yeah I can
Có nhớ từ
access
to nha, không có nhớ từ to. Just
yeah
access something. There's no preposition here.
so I can access the modern equipment and room in my school.
Okay. Anything else?
Mm, I think uh, the thing that make my school different is I have to study on Saturday. I in Saturday morning when I ride my bike to school, I think I didn't see any student that uh, go to school on Saturday. So and like when I have to studying on Saturday, it make me feel exhausted. And sometimes I would like uh, ask my teacher to absent on Saturday to like conserve my energy because sometimes I will be exhausted and I cannot be productive. Yeah.
See, okay, let's go to part two and part three. Okay, but you really need to speak more for part two and part three. Okay, so let's choose 200 and comment. Okay, let's do 300 and let's do 230. Describe something that surprised you and made you happy. Something that surprised you and made you happy. Be careful with the verb, okay? You hear me clearly? Everything's fine?
Yeah,
Hello? Do you hear me well? Everything's fine?
I think I hear you clear.
Không nghe thầy rõ không?
Yes.
Okay, great. And you should say what it was, who did this, how you found out about it, and what you did, and why it surprised you and made you happy. You need me to send me this one again? Do you need me to send you this link again?
No. I think
Okay, I'll send you the link again. Okay, so here, there you go. To your Zalo.
yeah.
Okay, and then you have top three here. Do you think money makes people happy? These are the questions that are quite philosophical. Là những câu hỏi nó khá là mang tính triết lý nha. It's quite philosophical. Philosophical. So philosophical. So, do you think money makes people happy? Of course, think about it. The fact that when you are poor, of course, money makes you really happy. When you are rich already, when you're well off, let's say well off, it's exactly the same as wealthy or rich in money. Then money doesn't really makes you happy if you're well off already. So it depends on the situation. And it depends on what you lack or what is or are important for you. Cái nào là quan trọng đối với mình? It depends on what are important for you or what is important for you. For a lot of people who lack, let's say, education, but they have the money, then more money will not make them happy. For example, you can give example. Mình tách ra nhiều trường hợp đi. Tùy vào trường hợp từng người, like depending on the conditions or the situation of everyone. So let's just say it depends on the financial situation of people, of course. If you are financially unstable, it means like không ổn định về tài chính, bấp bênh á. So it means you're financially unstable. Obviously, more money makes you happier because it makes you feel stable. You make you feel that your life is more stable. However, if you are, let's say, financially, if you are financially sound or stable, financially sound. Sound here is an adjective. It means stable. If you're financially sound, it means that you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about your next meal. Không phải lo lắng về những bữa ăn tiếp theo trong ngày. Mình sẽ kiếm đâu ra tiền để ăn đây. You don't have to worry about the next meal, like where you get the money to buy those food, for example. You don't have to. All right, next. Do you think people will have more talent? Oh, sorry. Do you think people who have more talent are happier than others? Like, for example, people who play musical instrument very well, or people who are very good at sports, they are talented. Do you think they're happier than others? Cũng là một câu triết lý đó nha. So of course it depends on a lot of different things, and you can give examples. Like for example, if a talented person and they don't have the love, they don't have the love of many, they don't have the love of people, không được người ta yêu thích, then you might not feel happy. But it depends on the weather as well. Cái tâm trạng con người nó phụ thuộc vào thời tiết nha. So mood depends on the weather a lot. Also think about people who are talented but do not have the money. You know, they might not be happier than others. Mấy câu này á, nó phải tranh luận dữ lắm nha. And then the next question, are the things that make people happy today the same as several decades ago? Những thứ làm cho con người ta vui vẻ hạnh phúc ngày nay có y chang những thứ mà nhiều thập kỷ trước không? Like several decades ago, what do people like? You know, they might like a fancy car, and houses, fancy cars and houses maybe. Or they might, like for example, in Vietnam, people were very poor several decades ago. So if you have a TV and fridge, if you have a TV and fridges, you are considered wealthy, you know. But these days, those things are the most basics. These are the most basics in any home. So people might not feel happy if they have a fridge and TV these days, you know. But these days, what do people feel happy? They feel happy if they have, how can I say, if they have many houses or
Yeah.
apartments, you know. And if there are investments, if the investments are going well, nếu mà đầu tư của họ đang tốt lành, if their investments are going well, or maybe if their children are successful in life, of course that will make people happy always. So just think about that. Next question. How do people express happiness in your culture? Like in Vietnamese culture, how people express happiness? Do they hug and celebrate? Họ có ôm nhau và ăn mừng không? Nếu họ hạnh phúc vui vẻ. Think about that. Do people kiss each other in public or not? You know, these things happen a lot in Western culture, you know. In Western culture, people kiss or hug each other in public. If they're happy, but not in Asian cultures.
Yeah.
Asian culture. In Asian culture, people are much more shy and shy or reserved, mắc cỡ, bẽn lẽn, nhút nhát. People are much more shy or reserved, and they would not express their happiness that way. Or they can just basically simply they buy new things for their family, if they feel happy, something like that. Or you can think about like or they can bring their loved one, những người thân yêu nhất của họ, they bring their loved ones um, to go on vacation, for example. It depends on each family, so not all family are the same. Okay, next question. Do you think happiness has any effect on people? Theo cấu trúc nha, nhớ không? Fact không có giới từ, nhưng mà danh từ đó là have an effect on cái gì đó, nhớ không? Do you think
Yeah.
happiness has any effect on people? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng sự hạnh phúc có bất kỳ tác dụng nào hoặc là cái hiệu ứng nào lên con người hay không? Like for example, if you are happy, the other people around you, how would they feel?
Sometimes they
Does it
feel
does it like
happy.
spread? Does it spread lan rộng? Does it spread to the other people? Or does it have any effect at all, you think? You can say no, it has no effect on people. It depends, right? Because sometimes it depends on like whether people are close to you or not. Close or not close. If people are not close to you, if you're happy, it does not make them any happier. For example, I can think of it that way. So how can people be happy? Làm thế nào để con người ta vui? You answer that. Is it good for people to be unhappy and why? Con người ta không vui thì có tốt không? Tại sao? So is there any cases when people are unhappy and it's good? Why? Like for example, being unhappy, being unhappy forces people to sit down and reflect or to think about themselves. Nếu như kiểm điểm bản thân lại nếu người ta không vui chẳng hạn. Being unhappy forces people to sit down, reflect, and think about themselves, so they can improve themselves next time, so they can be happier. So it's like if you're too happy, you can become complacent. Complacent. People can become very complacent, trở nên tự mãn. They can become complacent if they are too happy. So sometimes being unhappy can be a good thing.
Yeah.
Nó giống như là kiểu ta nói khen thì khen vừa thôi, đừng khen quá là vậy đó. Nó cũng giống giống vậy đó. It's like when people say that you should not compliment people too much, otherwise you become complacent and it's a bad thing. All right, you have some time to think about this topic, part 2 and part 3 now. Okay, Mr. Fong, can you describe something that surprised you and made you happy?
So, uh, the event that surprised me and make I feel happy is about my younger brother when we know he successfully entered his dream school.
Mhm.
And before that, he had to study very hard, and spend a whole night for revise uh, any knowledge so that he can uh, ensure that he could get a good score. And uh, like before the day that the result come out, uh, like in the evening of 3 years ago, my family sit down and wait for the result of my brother, and it was quite exciting. But I, some part of myself feel like I fear my brother would fail the exams. But when I wake up in the morning, my mother told me and my brother that he are like successfully enter his dream school, and my parents celebrate a big party.
So your parents threw a big party, right?
Yeah,
So they throw or threw is a past tense. They throw a big party, right? So you said
yeah,
celebrate a big party. No, that's wrong. You celebrate the fact that your brother got into a good school,
yeah,
but you do not celebrate a big party, okay? Ăn mừng phải là
yes.
ăn mừng sự thật hiển nhiên rằng em hoặc là anh của em được vô trường tốt, nhưng mà phải là throw a big party, mở một cái tiệc lớn. You know, you got the wrong verb in this
Oh,
case. So
okay.
my parent threw a big party.
My parents threw a big party after knowing his result.
Okay. Anything else? Don't stop in the exam. Do not stop. Okay.
And
And
I, uh, we invite,
we
uh,
invited.
we invited a lot of acquaintance and my loved one to the party to celebrate his celebrate the fact that my brother got into a good school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what? Let's try part three here. So, Mr. Fong, do you think money makes people happy? Let's try this question.
So, well, it depends on what you like or what is or are important for you, and that would make the money like have to be valuable or invaluable or be like redundant.
Mhm.
So in the case the poor, the financial unstable,
Okay.
and so if they have money, they would be really uh, happy, and also like they don't have to fear for the food they have because they have they receive money.
Okay.
But when it's come to the wealth, they are financially sound, so they have plenty of money, and if they receive money, this they feel is just the obvious one, and uh, I think they would, and that money would make me feel like it's just a normal thing that they need to do. Uh, I think they would be happy if they have a new experience, meet new people. But like when it comes to the poor, they when they receive money, they would be very pleasure and spend the money. Yeah.
Okay. So, how, do you think people who have more talent are happier than others? Let's talk about talent.
Um, so in my opinion, I think when people have talent, and that talent could give them a lot of money, could give them a lot of love from the people, that actually make they feel
Make them
happy,
feel
make them feel happy because they feel a mean of respect and value
and value.
and value. So so that in that case, talent would be important for them. But if the people who have talent but they don't have money that suit with them, and that would be make them feel very stressful because like they have talent but they wasn't pay worthy, and also sometimes their mood would depend on the weather. So so if the people who are uh, like relate to the weather, where they when they experience a rainy day, they would be sad and just live in their home, and so that people would be worried and sad for the whole day.
See. Okay, so are the things that makes people happy today the same as several decades ago? Let's compare the two timeline. Bây giờ mình so sánh
Yeah.
hai cái timeline đi. Let's try that.
Um, I think like according to my observation, the thing that make people happy today are not the same in as several decades ago. Like several decades ago, when the people have TV and fridge, uh, they would be really appreciated, and also like the whole street or the whole resident just have like one of the people could yes the ad advice, but TV and fridge are the most basic in any home nowadays. Um, so when it comes to the people today, the thing that make them feel happy are their investment. So if their investment are going well, they can receive a lot of money, so that they would really happy
Why is always
and
about receive a lot of money? Em lặp lại cái từ đó hơi bị lo, hơi bị nhiều rồi nha. I think repeat that a bit too much. Receive a lot of money now.
receive huge wage, I think, or the student, or the child, or the student are successful and have like a
Yes.
good career prospect, and also when they have and also nowadays if people have a fancy car and houses, that would be like that one would be really rich, and like the whole society would like surprise for them
Would
and
be surprised and happy for them. Yeah.
would be surprised and happy for them because these things are extremely expensive nowadays.
Mhm. I say, how about these days? You know, you have to compare and do not stop, okay? Đừng có dừng lại. Lúc mà nó có dừng lại mày thôi chết rồi đó. Try not to stop when you are talking about something, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So let's compare that with today, you know, what make people happy today, you know, standards of being happy today. Like for example, if people get the newest iPhone, for example, iPhone 17 in this case, they would be happy for a few days, you know.
Oh,
But maybe next year they won't because you know there would be other things that make them happier. So what do you think? What makes people happy today? Is it the same or no?
um, so the thing that make people happy today are not the same as several decade ago.
Mhm.
Like nowadays, people would be happy for a few days if they get the newer iPhones, and like maybe next year they would spend their money for buying the new generation of the iPhone to make them feel happy. And also like when it comes to the people in the previous generation, they like when they like receive food uh, they have maybe they are good. I think uh, the previous generation people would be happy and yeah when they have
You know,
a
when back then just have meat on their plates. Back then, when people had meat on their plates, that would make them feel happy enough. But these days, it's very common to have meat on the plate, so it would not make people happy, no? Ngày xưa
yeah,
có thịt trên đĩa ăn trên bàn ăn là mừng lắm rồi, thì không. Bây giờ hết rồi. You know, you can talk about the quality of food, you know, the quality of their clothes. Like back then, if people have clothes to wear, you know, new clothes, people would be very happy. But these days, um, they would be happy if they have new clothes every month, you know. Mỗi tháng được có
yeah,
quần áo mới rồi mới happy chứ. People become much more greedy, I think. Become much more greedy, tham lam. Or maybe it's just materialistic, you know, materialistic, materialistic. Nó gọi là thực dụng. Material là vật chất, thực dụng vật chất quá. These days it happens because of you know the increase sale of many products, you know, due
yeah,
to globalization. Do toàn cầu hóa cho nên là mọi thứ nó bán buôn rất là nhiều, gia tăng sự buôn bán nhiều của nhiều sản phẩm. The increased sales of many products due to globalizations make people more materialistic, you know. You can use that to answer this question. Okay, now, so why do people feel happy when they are with members of their family? Nhớ là về nhà trả lời lại mấy câu này nha.
yeah.
You have the video, so you can go home and watch this one again. So why do people feel happy when they are with members of their family, Mr. Phong?
um Wait, I didn't see it in my on my screen.
You haven't? Do you see it now? I'm sharing screen. Ủa nãy giờ ông thấy thầy share screen
Yes,
hả?
yes, now I can see it because like, there are plenty of questions.
Ah, okay. So why do people feel happy when they are with members of their family? What do you think?
Um, I think it depends on their family culture because like some of family when they are staying with their member they would be some conflict and hard to be cozy, but some uh, family that really have a strong rapport.
Rapport, yeah.
Uh,
You really like that word, do you?
So, um, so like having have uh, spend time with their family in this type of family would be really a good way. Like when the parent they when a family that have a strong rapport, they
Mm-hmm.
would remember each other very often, and so when they have chance to meet, they would like tell most of their experience to the other because they are connected and they think when they tell them about it, they would feel refreshed and relief.
They would feel fresh and relieved, I say.
So, but like some family that are too like the parent and
Mm.
the children are too distant. Uh,
Sometimes family members are distant,
yeah,
khá xa cách.
sometimes family are distant in like mentally distant.
Mhm. They can be mentally distant. It means like even if they are next to you, sitting next to you, you would not feel them. You would be able to not be able to relate to them. Không thể
Yeah,
hiểu được, không thể hiểu được họ. It means they are mentally distant to you, very cold, and you would not be able to understand them, not able to relate to them, isn't it?
yeah. So the atmosphere in this family is very cold
Very cold. Ồ, lạnh lạnh
and
một cách khủng khiếp luôn á.
they not be they are don't be able to relate to the other.
Ừ.
So the time spent with like the time spent with these family are sometimes stressed and annoyed
Ừ.
and make the like damaging the other.
Mhm. I see. So, how do people express happiness in your culture? Like you can compare different cultures, like the culture in the West, the culture in the East, or something like that, you know?
I think like in my opinion, in Vietnamese culture, people often celebrate uh, or throw a party when they have a big accomplishments, big accomplishment,
A big accomplishment, yeah.
like when the company are going well, uh, or they often celebrate it in the like in December because they is the last month of the year. So if the companies are going well and in December they receive a lot of money, they would throw a party and invite a lot of acquaintance or their loved one to the party to
Mm,
make a stronger rapport. And but if they're just a like small win or more successful, they would just like announce to the other, and sometimes they would receive some encouragement or some advice from the other.
See.
But like in the Western country, people often hug and kiss in the public if they are being happy.
Yeah, they
But
often kiss in public. Nó gọi
yeah,
là expression of affections, like public expression of affection. Nó gọi là sự biểu đạt công cộng, sự biểu đạt tình cảm ở chốn công cộng.
yeah,
Public expressions of affections, you know.
yes,
Okay.
I see. And but in the Asian culture, people are much reserved and shy when they express themselves in the public. So they just told in what the beloved one in their family, I think.
Okay, so do you think happiness has any effect on people? Think about if someone is happy, does it make the others happy as well? Like a spreading of happiness, you know? Nó có lan truyền, lan tỏa không?
I think it's depend on the relationship with other, or how close them with the other, or their distant. Like if the if my friend receive uh, a good score, I would be very happy for them, and also give them some compliment. But if they express their happiness to the stranger, I think the stranger would be like surprised, and they just like feel they hear some piece of information. Sometimes like when people express the happiness too much, especially on social media.
It's not good, you know. Other people will be very envious, you know. It can
Yeah,
incite, giấy nên, they can incite, giấy nên, khích lên, they can incite envy, sự ghen tức ở in people, in the others. You know, it can incite get envy in the others, which is not a good thing. Can you talk more about that?
so if someone express too much happiness, especially on social media, that would that would incite envy in the other, and so they sometimes would have positive comment, and like they feel compared with the person as express the happiness, and sometimes like people see someone are happy, they would like look back to themselves and ask them why they
Why they were
don't
so happy? Huh? Yeah.
yeah, why they were so happy. Like if they see some people that are success on the social media and they feel very happy, they would look back themselves and see they just like be incompetent and feel very worried about their situation.
Right. So, is it good for people to be unhappy and why? Let's talk about that. Being complacent, how to reflect if people are unhappy, something like that.
So I think sometimes if the people are too happy, they become complacent
They can
and
become complacent, not all the time. Not everyone becomes like that. They can become complacent.
they can become complacent. So they feel they acquire or they receive a lot of successful thing in their life. So they would like don't have the motivate to do the other thing.
The motivation to the other things.
The they don't have the motivation to do the other thing. But like when they receive a failure, they would be being unhappy. But they need to force themselves to sit down and reflect about themselves, about uh, factor that make they become fail in the projects or
Yes.
fail in the way they uh, control their company so that they can improve themselves, like be more productive, uh, to connect with um, better people so that they would be happy again.
Hmm.
Yes.
I also think so too. So, how can people be happy? That's a very big question, because these days, even if someone is very rich, they could sometimes be unhappy.
Yeah.
So, how can people be happy? What's your idea?
So actually, in my opinion, like if the people are uh don't compare themselves with the other, that will make them
Exactly. Do not compare.
yeah, because like you cannot be the other person. You are unique, and
Exactly. People are unique. Very good.
and and also like if your rapport with your family are positive and engaging, you should spend time with them because they would give you some helpful advice that could make your mood be better. Uh, and the other thing like people could hang out with their friend or hang out with their family in their free time to be refreshed and relieved after the tight schedule. Or some people they just buy thing to feel happy, like they they suffer from um, materialism. I think like when the people suffer from materialism, they just feel happy when they buy things, but their pocket are very worry.
Of course, their pockets should worry. Their pocket should be very thin.
Yeah.
Thin pocket. Cái ví mỏng lét. Cái túi hay ví tiền mỏng. Their pocket should be. Okay, what else then? Like if you buy things, it makes you happy for a while, like an hour or two, I think, but not
Yeah.
more.
So I think like if you have money or if people who have money or don't have much money, I think the way they could be happy is their experience in life.
Mm. Could have ample experience.
And
Ample mean a lot. Dồi dào, nhiều. They could have ample experience, có nhiều trải nghiệm, dồi dào, trù phú. They could have ample experiences in life, something like that. What else then?
So that would be feel not being boring and not being repetition
Not being
and
what?
not being boring or repetition,
Or repetitive.
repetitive.
Repetitive. Repetitive. Repetitive.
Yeah,
Check this word.
repetitive.
It's the adjective of repeat. So it's repetitive.
Repetitive. Repetitive. Repetitive.
Repetitive. Repetitive.
Repetitive.
Mang tính lặp lại. So life would not be so repetitive. Yes. What else then?
And they can enjoy new thing,
Mhm.
new information,
Ah,
and new information make people happy, like new experience. Think.
well, it's we should end this one and then move on to a new topic now. So this is 230. Please try 229. Describe an important river or lake in your country. So just to tell you something, what is a river and what's a lake? River is so it's a mobile. It's a mobile or mobile. You can say that. It's a mobile body of water. Nó là một cái khối nước di chuyển. River is a mobile body of water. Lake is an immobile body of water. So it means lakes do not move, you know. Một cái khối nước không di chuyển, tức là nước đọng lại á. So lake is an immobile body of water. It doesn't move. But rivers, so river moves water from mountains to the lower areas and then to the sea, you know. Nước di chuyển từ trên núi xuống những vùng thấp hơn, sau đó đến biển, you know.
Yes.
So that's what rivers are. But lakes, they do not move, you know. The water just stay there. So you can talk about a lot of lakes and rivers, but mostly people talk about the Red River, sông Hồng, the Mekong River, sông Mekong tức là sông Cửu Long. Or you can talk about the Perfume River, Perfume, the Perfume River, sông Hương. I think you can talk about other kind of rivers here, but lake, I think we have in Hà Nội, Hồ Tây, the West Lake. Do you know any more lakes? I have no idea because
Yeah.
I don't really care that much about rivers and lakes though. So you should say where this river is called, what this river is called, where it is located, được tọa lạc ở đâu, where it is located, how big or how long it is, like how many kilometers it is, what it looks like, nó nhìn có hình dạng gì, what kind of shape, explain why it's important, tại sao cái sông cái ngòi đó hoặc là cái hồ đó là quan trọng. Does it provide a lot of water? It provides much water for irrigation, sự tưới cây, sự tưới tiêu, trồng trọt. Irrigations for daily use, sự sử dụng hàng ngày. For industries, cho những ngành công nghiệp, những năm đầu nha. Industries.
Industry.
Like for example, like that. Okay, and in part 3, do you think rivers attract tourists? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng những con sông nó hấp dẫn những du khách không? So think about the fact that most major cities were or are built around big rivers, you know. Những dòng sông lớn thường là người ta sẽ xây những cái thành phố lớn xung quanh cái con sông đó. Most major cities were or are built around big rivers because nobody can live without water, you know,
Yeah.
because nobody can survive without water. Không có ai sống sót mà không có nước. So think about that. So they attract tourists in any way. So let's say it's water sports, những môn thể thao dưới nước không? Are there fishing activities? Are there people like to be around rivers, you know, because some people they like to be near to water. Some people like to be near to water, you know. When the moisture is high, độ ẩm cao á. So does it attract tourists? Does it help in any way? Why do some people like water sport? Tại sao một số người thích muốn thể thao dưới nước vậy? Những thể thao với nước. Like swimming, you can talk about swimming. Water polo, bóng nước. You can talk about scuba diving. Môn lặn với bình dưỡng khí. Scuba diving, it's like you dive with oxygen tank. You dive with the help of oxygen tanks. Bình dưỡng khí, bình oxy. Or you can talk about snorkeling. Nó gọi là, I don't know what snorkeling is, but it also you dive, but without the oxygen tanks, you know. Môn ngực lặn lên thôi chứ không phải lặn sâu nha, lặn sâu phải dùng những bình dưỡng khí nha. So you can talk about those things. Why do some people like water sports? Why should children learn to swim? Tại sao trẻ nhỏ nên học cách bơi lội vậy? I think it's an easy question for you. Are there application of lake or river in human transport? Có những ứng dụng nào của sông ngòi trong chuyện vận tải của con người không? Are there application of rivers or lakes in human transport? So you can talk a lot about ferries, những cái phà. To transport a lot of goods, hàng hóa, and people, of course, across the rivers or lakes, you know. And you can talk about, of course, application of water, lake or rivers. They are floating markets, chợ nổi. Những chợ nổi trên nước á, đó là chợ nổi. They're floating markets in the Mekong River, Mekong Delta. In the Mekong Delta, đồng bằng sông Cửu Long. Tại sao có chữ delta? Tại vì có hình tam giác. Delta là hình tam giác mà. Cái đồng bằng là hình tam giác. So delta means like it has a shape that looks like this. Triangle. You know? And next question is, do you think that human activity is posing a threat to the rivers and oceans of the world? Anh chị có nghĩ rằng hoạt động con người đang gây ra một nguy cơ đối với những dòng sông và đại dương của thế giới không? You know? So think about overfishing. Sự đánh bắt quá mức. overfishing. Think about pollution. Of course, a lot of pollution caused by human. Think about a lot of trash floating on the oceans. Trời ơi, thiệt sự luôn á, rác nó trôi trên biển gì rất nhiều luôn á. A lot of trash floating on the oceans right now, and a lot of threats to the river and ocean in the world. Think about oil spill, sự tràn dầu hỏa, tràn dầu của những con tàu lớn. Think about oil spill that can that can kill a large number of marine means like the sea, thuộc về biển, thuộc về đại dương. Kill large number of marine species. Động vật biển hay là sinh vật biển thì đúng không? They can kill a large number of marine species. Think about that. All right, you have some time to think about this topic. All right, please, Mr. Phong, can you describe an important river or lake in your country?
So an important river in my countries is the Mekong River, uh, which is located in the south of Vietnam, and
Which is located to the south of Vietnam.
which is located in the south of Vietnam, and it flows across many countries in Southeast Asia.
Including Laos, Cambodia. It actually flows from the Tibet, It actually flows
Yeah.
from Tibet, Tây Tạng.
Oh,
The Tibet is basically the west part of China.
yeah.
It flows from the Tibet all the way down to, I think, Laos, Cambodia, and then finally to Vietnam, yeah?
Yes. So it's very long and is doesn't have like a correct shape, and like because it I think I saw it, and it has like plenty of small river, and also there are a lot of uh, big city which build across this river.
Mhm.
And uh, like for Vietnam's, Mekong River is important factor for the agriculture
Mhm.
because it provide water and also some nutrition for
You mean
irrigation
nutrient, you mean nutrients, right?
nutrient.
Nutrients. Nutrients. Những dưỡng chất. But the right word, you should say sediment. Sediment. Sediments. Những phù sa hoặc là trầm tích, những cái mà nó đọng lại á. So basically things that sediments are the soil, the nutrients in the water that flows with the water, and then it will provide a lot of nutrients for the plants to grow. The word you are using is nutrition. It means dinh dưỡng, là một khái niệm nha. It's a concept. So it's uncountable, đến được. But the right word is sediment or nutrients. Let's try the sentence again. Thử lại câu vừa rồi. Right.
Because it provide a lot of sediment for agriculture, so that like the farmer could grow wheat, and that could become food for the whole resident near the uh, near the like in the delta, in the Mekong Delta, and also there's several part of the Mekong River that can use for industrial, like fishing, uh, for agriculture. And I think like most people in the South Vietnam are very related to this river because
Very relate. Can you say that again? Không có
they
very cộng động từ nha.
they relate to the river a lot because this river provide uh, water and also the opportunity for make money from fishing, for agriculture.
Okay, anything else?
And
All right. So, do you think rivers attract tourists? Let's try this question.
um, so actually, in my opinion, river often attract tourists or the resident because like most major cities or important city are built around big river. Uh, because of the fact that nobody can survive without water,
Mhm.
and water would be the most important factor for industrial. And also, uh, river can have some water sport like swimming or snorkeling,
Mhm.
and these engaging activities are uh, some factor or element that make tourists uh, interested in river because of these water sport.
Mhm. Right, I see. So it does attract tourists. Okay, so why do some people like water sports then? Is it because of their personality, or is it because you don't sweat when you play water sports? People don't sweat. Không có sweat, không có đổ mồ hôi. People don't sweat when playing water sport. Is that the main reason you think?
In so in my opinion, the reason why people interested in water sport is because uh, like water sport improve their uh, health, their overall health. Like when people are uh, go swimming every day,
Yes.
they could develop a lot of
Develop.
develop a lot of part in their body, like their lung would be um, much bigger, and also their uh, like their height would be
Height.
increased.
You mean height?
Yeah, height,
Height mới đúng nha. Their height,
height
chiều cao is height.
would
Their
be
height would
increased.
increase. Khi mà nói chuyện tăng giảm á, mình không có dùng dạng bị động mà mình dùng dạng chủ động luôn. Increase, it decrease luôn. So
Would
when talking about like increasing and decreasing, we do not use the passive form. We use the active form, you know.
yeah,
So their height would increase, you know. Their height would increase. That's what they say.
and, and it, but sometimes doing water sport is uh, like unsafe because uh, like when
People would
people
drown.
are
You
attending
think
the
people would drown?
yeah, would drown
chết đuối.
or suffer from water pollution, like
Yeah,
uh,
you wouldn't want to swim in polluted water.
yeah, and like some a moment of the day when people are attending the swimming pool uh, uh, too much, that could make the water sometimes dirty and harmful
Mm,
because of a lot of bacteria.
I see.
And like some other water sport like snorkeling or scuba diving, which make would attract a lot of people. Is this because they can explore the ocean, like seeing a lot of creature that they haven't known before.
Mm,
And also there are a lot of sightseeing in the ocean or in uh, near the beach, you see.
near to the beach, yeah.
But the type of sport sometimes expensive and need a lot of strength to participate in this.
Okay. So why should children learn how to swim? You know that there has been a lot of incidents. There has been a lot of incidents. Những chuyện xảy ra, những chuyện xấu xảy ra. There has been a lot of incident of children dying, drowning, you know, because they don't know how to swim well. So why should
Yeah.
children learn to swim?
So I think the fact that when you come to like every country they have a lot of river or lake, and some part of your life you would have to go to the river or
Mhm.
swimming pool. But if like you didn't know how to swim, like when you
That
have
would be bad, yeah.
that would be bad if you have an accident. You
Mm.
would easily be drowned. So like in the early age of your life, uh, children should be teach how to swim correctly so that they could survive or could enhance their body, because like swimming could increase the height of the children because it provide a lot of hormone
Hormones.
for
Hormones.
hormone
Increase the
for
height and hormones. Hormone.
hormone.
Hormone. Hormones. The hormones. O-N. Hormones. The hormones. O-N.
Mm. Yeah,
Mounds.
yeah.
Actually,
Hormones.
actually, it's regulate. Nó điều hòa đúng không? Regulate. It's regulate the hormones. Nó điều hòa sự tiết hormone. It regulates the hormones. So basically, they grow to their full potential. Tăng trưởng, phát triển đến tiềm năng đầy đủ nhất của nó. They grow to their full potential. Is that? So, are there applications of lake or rivers in human transport? So, human transport can including like transporting of humans, transporting of goods, across rivers or lake. You can talk about that.
Um, like because The human culture are built around the lake and river, so uh, is an important factor for the city to grow. Um, like one of them is that the ferry, people often use ferry as a mean of transport good people across the river or lake because it's convenient and maybe can save a lot of energy.
Right.
Or, or sometimes like some culture are that related to river or lake that could have a floating market like
There could be, có thể có, there could be
mhm,
floating markets.
floating market. Like I think this is a unique type
Unique
of
nhớ hăm hai nha. There could be unique.
unique. It could be a unique type of market that could attract a lot of tourists when they come to Vietnam because they haven't seen this type of market before. And also, floating market provide a lot of mm, uh, like a lot of experience. Like they have to use food on the tiny boat, and sometimes they are a little bit of wave, and that's make they feel more engaging.
Okay.
Or some like, and the last one is they could use the ship.
Ừ.
Uh, like some people or some company that provide this type of service, like they if the people have money, they could use a fancy ship
Mhm.
that could
You mean a
use
yacht, right? A yacht.
a yacht.
It's called a yacht. Nó gọi là cái it's called a yacht, giống như là thuyền thuyền tư nhân,
A yacht.
thuyền tư nhân của người giàu á, của người có tiền á. Nó gọi là yacht.
A yacht.
So moment, I think I got it wrong. It has to be CHT. Yeah. Yep, this yacht.
Yacht, yacht,
Yacht.
A yacht, a yacht. So a boat with sails and sometimes engine used for either racing or traveling for pleasure. Nó dùng để mà đua hoặc là để đi lại, vì họ thích thì họ làm thôi. Vì họ ưa thích họ mới đi làm, họ làm thế thôi. Giống như kiểu mà họ di chuyển trên nước vì họ thích cái cảm giác đó. Traveling for pleasure, you know. Yacht. So what did you say about it?
So like like the if the people could use the yacht, they could um invite their whole family for the experience, and they
Ừ.
can also enjoy the uh, fancy or majestic atmosphere in the yacht while exploring the lake or river. Like they can could see the sightseeing or some fish. Like they could do some fishing on the yacht.
Mhm. Okay, so do you think human activity is posing a threat to the rivers and oceans of the world?
Uh, so in my opinion, human did a lot of uh, action that threat to the river and also the ocean of the world. Like the obvious one is pollution, like because of the logistic that like the ship have to go have a lot of trip on the ocean, so sometimes the ship could have accident that make the oil spill. Uh, like we could damage the ocean biodiversity. Like the fish would like they cannot receive sunlight from the sun because like the oil that spread out the whole surface and they are so the sunlight cannot penetrate from the oil, so that make a lot of plant or fish that relate to the sunlight could easily damage. And the second action that human it often is overfishing, like they take every type of every size of the fish, like they also catch the baby fish. Like in Vietnam they often make the
So basically, you should know about human activity. It's called illegal
yeah
fishing. Đánh bắt cá bất hợp pháp, illegal fishing, and also they use how can I say, using electricity to fish. Using electricity to fish. But of course, it kills off a lot of fish, you know. Nhớ là fish không đếm được nha, nó sẽ là fish không thôi. Còn fishes là những loài cá khác nhau, nó mới fishes. Remember about fishes mean many different types of fish, but fish plural is also fish. Có nhiều của fish vẫn là fish này. So what else? What other activities can you mention?
and also there are a lot of uh, trash floating on the ocean, so that could make like people could make the fish eat them uh, and after they die because of there are a lot of trash inside their stomach. Or sometimes there could be a lot of toxic chemical that the fish ate it, and when they would caught, the human could eat that fish which had contained toxic chemical, so that they could like make the people have some disease
Mhm.
related to these toxic chemical. I think
Okay, anything else you can mention?
like some part of the resident that allow illegal fishing, like they use electricity for to fish, and like that could harm the environment and also decrease the biodiversity. So uh, so it's make uh, the people need to spend more money to uh, like to balance the biodiversity again.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let's end this topic here, and we should move on to a part two or something like that. All right. Okay, it's 229, this one. Okay. We should try a part two. So let me just move to maybe, I remember there was a few part two here. Okay, let's try 271. Describe something important that you lost in the past. Okay. You should say what it was, how you lost it, why it was important to you, and how you felt when you lost it. And then also, if you have three questions of part three, you can read what kind of people may lose things often. What would you do if you saw something valuable but didn't belong to you on the street? Didn't belong to you on the street. And what can we do to prevent losing important things? Should we put it in our pockets and close it well? Or should we not bring too much money? Something like that, you know. Okay, you have some time to think now. How about 270? Have we done this one? Describe a challenge you have faced. Have you
No.
done this one? All right, let's try
Mm.
this one. Describe a challenge you have faced. You should say what the challenge was, when and where you faced it, how you dealt with it, and explain what you learned from the experience. And in part three, do you think children should play sports? How can children benefit from doing sports? Like, should they play sport from a very young age? How much should they do it? Something like that. What kind of sports are popular in your country? Do you think everybody should play sports? Something like that. Okay, not too hard. All right, Phong, can you describe a challenge you have faced?
So the challenge that I have faced in the past, uh, to be more specific,
Mm.
3 years ago when I prepared the presentation for
Presentation, the
the,
presentation.
the presentation for physics. So this project is related to the physics, and
Project, about project. This project was related to.
this project is related to physics. The subject that I uh, didn't have much experience before, and uh, like and me and I and my team uh, had to study and work together in order to make the to prepare for the presentation and
Presentation. The
presentation
presentation. For the presentation.
and also like the teacher has a very like um high
Expectation.
requirement high required for the
A requirement.
presentation,
High requirement, you mean?
high requirement for presentation. So we need to prepare it well in order to get a good score, and like we had to read online article
Mm-hmm.
or some scientific article, and some of these are some of these were hard to understand, and we had to read it many times. And in the day that we present uh, our research, the teacher was very surprised, and he gave a lot of compliment.
Mm-hmm. He
And
gave a lot of good compliments, right?
yeah, he gave a lot of good compliment, which make us feel very worry, worthy. Yeah.
I see. So what have you
And
learned from the experience? How you dealt with it, please? You haven't
so
explained this part, you know?
yes, so I have learned how to be patient
How to be
and
patient.
how to be like how to learning knowledge from the internet, because the day before I just learned from my teacher. And so to deal with it, we need to I ask my uh, friend and also my relative in
Mhm.
order to like they explain the information for me so that I could understand it well. And that experience is very like essential for me in order to have like better knowledge.
Okay, good. All right, we can end it here though. Already
Yeah,
time, and I think it's good enough. Okay, so tomorrow we'll work more, okay? But for now, that's it. I'll see you
yeah.
tomorrow then online.
Thank you.
See you, Phong. Thank you.